Welcome. In this video, we will try to understand the concept of no-go forest areas. What does it basically means? And what is the present news regarding how the no-go forest has been cleared for coal mining. So this video we will focus on the environmental consideration and the present scenario with respect to Ministry of Coal Mining. So that's the basic framework on which we will begin. Let's first start to know about the basic details why this particular thing has been in news. So since 2015, 49 blocks cleared for coal mining, 9 were in no-go areas according to the Center for Science and Environment report. So CSE is one of the organization which surveyed the area, which kind of analyzed the blocks which has been allocated for coal mining and how many of those blocks are also in the area of no-go. So this is one of the things which has been done by Center for Science and Environment, and it came up with the result that since 2015, 49 blocks that were cleared, 9 were in a no-go zone. Now, but this list becomes way more comprehensive, and because of which this has been in news recently is because of the 41 blocks put to auction, 21 feature in the original no-go list. So which means that almost the 50% of what has been, in fact more than 50% of what has been projected right now for auction of coal mining are under the list of no-go forest. So this kind of put the impetus on the government that which way they want to head towards. It's actually the classic example of development versus environment. And over a period of time, we have come to realize that we cannot have one at the cost of other, and that's why the whole functioning of sustainable development was introduced. Eventually, when you are like looking at the SDG goal, you will realize that the preservation of land is also one of the SDG goal, as along with climate change and maintaining the water resources. So these are the few things which are in news and which has been found out by Center for Science and Environment, and because of which we are now talking about the no-go areas. Now the CSE investigation also pointed out that currently India was not utilizing its existing capacity fully, and according to Union Coal Ministry, 67% of the mines auctions in 2005 are not operational yet. So what CSE is trying to put forward by this data is that even the coal mining or the mines which are already being allocated to different private or public sector, they are not being fully utilized. So you are not mining the entire coal which could be present at the site, and you are going for auctioning more site, and even so or more so in the area which is being considered as no-go areas. So these are the few concerns which has been raised by the Center for Science and Environment. Now let's try to understand what exactly no-go areas are. So in 2009, Environment and Coal Ministry had jointly placed the country's forested areas under two categories, go and no-go zone. So if you see, there is a kind of contention in with the Ministry of Coal and Ministry of Environment in terms of which area could be mined for coal and which areas are like too sacred to be considered or too important ecologically to be considered for mining. Accordingly, these two ministry came together and came up with the idea of go and no-go zone, which simply means go zone where coal mining could be allowed. No-go zone is the list of the area which have forest cover which can't be like used for mining, otherwise it would have major repercussion on the environment of the area. Now, no-go areas are regions that are classified by the Ministry of Environment and Forest and Climate Change as containing very dense forests and hence close to coal mining. The exercise is aimed at prioritizing forest under Forest Conservation Act of 1980. So in 1980, Forest Conservation Act was put into place, which means that forests are a very important natural resource and need to be preserved not only from the perspective of environment but from a economical point of view also. Forest plays a very important role, and hence the Forest Conservation Act of 1980 was put in place. This particular no-go list put a priority over the forest conservation, that okay, development should not be at the cost of environment. No-go areas are those having either more than 10% of weighted forest cover or more than 30% of gross forest cover, which means that the dense forest, the concentrated forest cover should be around 10%, or if the forest cover is scattered or we are taking consideration of the gross area, then it will be around 30%. So these are the particular criteria on which the no-go areas are defined. So now let's just try to revise and see what no-go areas are. So no-go areas would be the one which will have either 10% of weighted forest cover or 30% of gross forest cover. These particular no-go areas are decided by Ministry of Environment, Forest and Climate Change, and it is aiming to prioritize forest conservation as mandated under the Forest Conservation Act of 1980. So these are the few points that you have to recollect while listening this video or while trying to understand what no-go areas are. Now let's go ahead and see other consideration which has been put into place, that how these no-go areas get clearance. So the government determines which of the dense forests are too ecologically important to leave untouched and which of them are amenable to be opened up using a decision support system software that rated forest land on environment parameters. So there is a thing called decision support system software, which means that it will analyze the data available about the forest and see which of the areas are ecologically too fragile or too important to be used for coal mining. The other areas, even though they are in no-go list, could still be amenable and could be provided given the certain condition. So this is how the government could provide clearance even to the no-go areas. Now in some cases, as the Center for Science and Environment Investigation found out, that the result of the software evaluation were tweaked to make no-go land into go forest. Now as we know, with software you could work a hack around it, and hence a similar kind of thing has been noticed over here, that the result, the analysis, the data which has been fed into the software is manipulated with, so that the region which should ideally, like on ground, should be the no-go areas have been given as go areas. In fact, another kind of a unscrupulous way has been found out, that officials from Coal Ministry, who is basically the beneficiary organization, were deputed to work with Forest Survey of India to rework the condition and clear forest for mining. Now this could be considered as a classic example of conflict of interest. In our bureaucracy system, there is a provision for deputation work, but this kind of work could be directly deemed as the conflict of interest, where the people who would be the eventual beneficiary of a particular like what you can say survey or particular organization has been deputed to work for the other organization, and in the meantime they could rework the whole scenario by which a particular land could be passed as go or no go. So these are the few things that you have to know about the no-go areas, how the clearance happened, and why this particularly is in use. From your UPSC point of view, it is an important topic for your mains examination, that how conservation and how development need to go hands in hands, and also specify the condition for Forest Conservation Act of 1980, what are its clauses, how it helps in preserving the forest, and how successful it had been in preserving the forest so far. Also the term, the clause no-go areas, what are the specific criteria mentioned to specify an area as no-go areas. These are the few things that you have to know. I hope that you have understood this video. If you have any doubt, feel free to comment. Thank you.